Picture this, my brother. It's late at night, the world outside is quiet, and you're left alone with your thoughts. You think about her. Every smile, every laugh, every word that once made your heart race. You remember the nights you stayed up just to hear her voice, the moments you gave your all, believing that your effort, your devotion, your presence would anchor her to you forever. But the truth hits like a cold wind. Love, attention, attachment, these are not guarantees. They are fragile, fleeting, and my friend, they are hardwired. You see, most men never realize it until it's too late. They give their energy, their time, their very essence, thinking that devotion alone is enough. And while they are busy giving, life keeps moving, unnoticed signals go ignored, and cracks form quietly, in her words, in her actions, in the spaces between. She laughs at your jokes, yet her eyes don't meet yours. She messages you constantly, yet ignores the moments that matter most. She flirts with others, and in your mind, you tell yourself it's nothing, until one day, it all becomes painfully clear. She's slipping away. And here's the paradox, brother. The moment you stop chasing, the moment you start living your life fully, she notices. Suddenly, your absence becomes a presence. Your independence becomes magnetic. She begins to recall the laughter you shared, the warmth you offered, the man she once took for granted. Her heart races, her mind reels, and she finally feels the void you left behind. That moment, the moment she realizes she has lost you forever, it changes everything. I've seen it happen countless times. There was a man I knew, a friend who devoted everything to a woman he loved. He built her comfort, he prioritized her above all else, and yet she left. Not because he failed, not because he wasn't enough, but because human desire is not rational. Her attachment was conditional, her attention programmed to respond to challenge, scarcity, and value recognition. And when he finally stepped back, focused on his own life, she noticed. Too late. Every woman, my brother, is biologically wired to seek value, to crave what is scarce, to respond to absence. And this is why most men are blind. They measure love by presence, devotion, attention, when the real power, the real value, is in detachment, in independence, in rising above the need for approval. Dopamine spikes, regret forms, hearts ache, but by then, the man has already moved on. He is untouchable. He is free. He is empowered. So when she finally realizes she has lost you, when her eyes widen and her words falter, it is not her victory. It is your awakening. It is the moment you finally understand that your value was never in her awareness, but in your own presence, your own life, your own strength. And my friend, that is the bitter, beautiful truth every man must face, yet so few truly understand. Remember this: chasing, pleading, begging for attention, that is weakness disguised as love. Real power, real control, real masculine strength comes from understanding the truth of human desire, from stepping back, from embracing your own value. And when you do, she will see it. But it will be too late, because you, my brother, will already be rising, already moving forward, and already untouchable. This is the moment that changes everything. Not for her, not for the love you gave, but for you. The moment she realizes she has lost you forever is the moment you realize your life, your strength, and your worth have always been yours. My brother, you've given her everything. Your time, your energy, your laughter, your quiet moments of vulnerability, all of it, freely, as if it were nothing. You've opened your heart like a battlefield, exposing every scar, every fear, every hope. And for a while, it feels like she's yours. Completely, irrevocably, as though the world itself has bent to your connection. But slowly, almost imperceptibly, the cracks begin to appear. She laughs at your jokes, but her eyes don't reach yours. She texts, yet ignores the calls that matter. She flirts with attention from others, and you tell yourself it's nothing, until one day, the illusion shatters. You notice the little things first: the empty space beside you at the dinner table, the way her gaze drifts to her phone when you speak, the subtle shift in her tone, as if she's keeping a secret you can't grasp. Every man experiences it differently, but the feeling is universal. A creeping dread, like a shadow settling over your chest. Your mind races, trying to rationalize, trying to patch the cracks. But biology doesn't lie. Dopamine tells you she's near, that love is abundant, that attention equals attachment. Yet your brain, hardwired for survival, programmed for recognition of scarcity and value, whispers the bitter truth. She was never fully yours. Let me tell ye, let me tell you a story, my friend. There was a man I knew, a brother, who gave his all to a woman he believed would never leave. He built her a life of comfort and devotion, always present, always attentive, always forgiving her small mistakes. She smiled, she laughed, she whispered promises, and yet, when he finally started focusing on himself, stepping into his own value, she began to drift away. Not because he did anything wrong. In fact, he had done everything right by conventional measures, but because human desire is not rational. Her attachment to him was conditional, programmed to respond to challenge, scarcity, and recognition of worth. Every woman, my friend, is biologically wired to notice value, to respond to absence, to crave what is fleeting. And this is the cruel paradox. The more you chase, the less she feels it. The moment you step back, the moment you live your life fully, she begins to see you, truly see you, in a light you never existed in while you were present. And the realization hits her like a storm. The man she had taken for granted, the one she thought she could shape and bend to her will, is gone. He is not angry, he is not bitter, he is untouchable, because he has discovered what every man must eventually discover. Your value does not depend on her awareness. I've watched it happen countless times. A man withdraws, not out of spite, but out of necessity. The woman, who once held the power of his attention, begins to notice the quiet strength he has cultivated. She remembers the laughter they shared, the subtle warmth he gave without expectation, the presence he once offered freely. And yet, she feels a hollowness, a sudden scarcity she cannot undo. Dopamine surges, regret blossoms, and her mind races to reclaim what she let slip. But the man has already moved beyond her influence. He is rising, he is focused, he is becoming everything she wished he was all along. This is the bitter, beautiful truth, brother. Love, attachment, attention, these are not guarantees. They are fleeting, fragile, and biologically programmed. Men are often blind to the patterns, ensnared by desire, blinded by comfort until the moment of loss strikes. In that moment, that is when clarity emerges. Because once you understand it, once you realize that her awareness of your value is not the source of your power, you gain something far greater: control over yourself. You build, you grow, you rise, not to make her regret, because your life, your strength, your value, your presence is yours alone. So when she finally realizes she has lost you, when her eyes widen and her words falter, know this: you are no longer a man defined by her attention, by her approval, or by her fleeting affection. You are a man who has endured the battle of desire and withdrawal, who has survived the emotional destruction that so many men succumb to, and emerged stronger, wiser, untouchable. And in that realization, as her gaze lingers too late, as she feels the void you left behind, you smile slightly, because your power, your value, your worth was never in her hands. It was always in yours. Remember this, my friend, brother. The world will try to teach you that chasing, pleading, and begging for attention is love. It is not. Real love, real respect, your own, first and foremost, begins with detachment, with clarity, with the hard truth that nothing is permanent, except the strength you cultivate within yourself. And when she finally realizes she has lost you forever, that is not her victory, nor her punishment. It is your liberation. It is your awakening. It is the moment you finally understand that your life, your value, your essence are yours to command. My brother, my friend, let this sink in. She has realized what she lost. She has felt the absence of your presence, the void you left behind. And in that moment, her mind races, her heart aches, and regret blossoms. But it is too late. By then, you are no longer the man she could control, manipulate, or define. You are a man who has seen through the illusions, who has understood the unspoken rules of desire, attachment, and human behavior. Most men fail because they tie their worth to attention, affection, and approval, fragile, fleeting things that can vanish in an instant. But you, my brother, have stepped beyond that weakness. You have embraced the truth. Your value is hardwired, forged in struggle, honed in solitude, and untouched by fleeting emotions or passing whims. You have walked the path of detachment, and in doing so, you have awakened to a power most men will never know. Think about the times you gave your all, your time, your energy, your heart, only to see it unnoticed, taken for granted, or dismissed. Every one of those moments was a lesson. Every slight, every ignored message, every laugh that didn't reach your eyes was teaching you the language of human desire. Dopamine spikes, emotional attachment, scarcity, attraction, these are not illusions. They are the mechanisms of life, programmed into every man and every woman. And when you understand them, when you rise above them, you become untouchable. I've seen it, brother. I've watched men crumble, pleading for attention, chasing shadows, giving everything to people who could never appreciate it. And I've watched men rise, the ones who embraced detachment, focused on their growth, and let life unfold on their terms. When she finally notices, when her eyes widen and she feels the weight of what she lost, she is powerless. Because by then, the man she left behind has become a force she can no longer reach. This is the dark energy I want you to carry with you, the quiet power of awareness, the fire of detachment, the strength that comes from knowing your worth. Let it guide you, let it sharpen you, let it push you forward into every battle, every challenge, every moment where life tests your resolve. Build yourself, rise above, become the man whose value is undeniable, whose presence commands respect, whose absence evokes regret. And here's the final truth, my brother, the ultimate secret. The moment she realizes she has lost you forever is not about her. It is about you. It is about the man you have become, untouchable, sovereign, unshakable. It is about the life you will live, the victories you will claim, and the energy you will wield. That realization, that power, is yours to command. So I leave you with this, my friend. Step fully into this dark energy. Embrace it. Own it. And if you want to see more of this truth, if you want to uncover the patterns, the psychology, the hidden laws that separate men who crumble from men who rise, subscribe to this channel. Join us. Dive deeper. Because your journey, your awakening, your transformation has only just begun. Walk forward, my brother. Build yourself. Rise. And remember, the power you seek, the respect you deserve, the life you are meant to live has always been yours.